Episode 13, The Future of Decentralized Housing, How to Build Without Banks. Welcome back to the BuildCoin Podcast. In our last episode, we explored how decentralization empowers communities to take control of their economies. But here's the real question: what happens when we apply decentralization to housing? For most people, buying a home means decades of debt, interest payments, and dependency on banks. But what if we could change that? What if homes could be built and owned without mortgages, corporate investors, or financial institutions deciding who gets to have a roof over their head? That's exactly what we're diving into today. The problem with traditional housing. The modern housing market is not designed for affordability, it's designed for profit. Property prices continue to rise, wages struggle to keep up, and homeownership has become increasingly out of reach for the average person. Here's why the current system is broken. Banks profit from long-term debt. Mortgages are structured to keep you paying interest for decades, often costing double the original price of the home. Land and housing speculation. Investors buy up property, drive up prices, and treat housing as an asset rather than a necessity. Rising construction costs, inflation, supply chain issues, and corporate control of materials make new builds increasingly expensive. Government regulations and bureaucracy. Getting permits and approvals is often a slow and costly process that benefits large developers while making it difficult for individuals to build their own homes. So, if the system isn't working, what's the alternative? The answer lies in decentralization. A new approach: decentralized housing. Decentralized housing means communities control their own real estate, funding, and construction processes, without relying on traditional financial institutions. Here's how it works. Collective ownership. Instead of relying on banks for financing, communities pool resources to fund housing projects using decentralized finance tools like BuildCoin. Smart contracts for transparency. Agreements between builders, landowners, and buyers can be enforced automatically using blockchain-based smart contracts, ensuring fairness without the need for middlemen. Alternative construction models. Modular and community-built housing reduces costs and ensures projects serve the people, not corporate investors. Tokenized property rights. Instead of traditional deeds, ownership can be represented through blockchain tokens, making it easier to transfer and secure property rights. Real-world examples of decentralized housing. While decentralized housing is still a growing concept, we've seen real examples of alternative models that work. Cooperative housing communities, where members collectively own and maintain properties, ensuring long-term affordability. Land trusts, where land is owned by a community entity rather than individuals, preventing speculation and keeping housing accessible. Blockchain-based property registries, used in countries like Estonia and Sweden, ensuring secure and tamper-proof land ownership records. How BuildCoin supports decentralized housing. BuildCoin provides a financial infrastructure that allows housing to be built and owned in a decentralized way, without relying on traditional banks or government-backed loans. Peer-to-peer funding. Community members can directly contribute to housing projects and be rewarded fairly. Debt-free construction. Instead of relying on loans, homes can be funded through community-backed initiatives. Decentralized governance. Decisions about housing developments are made collectively, preventing speculation and price inflation. Final thoughts: the next step in housing evolution. Traditional homeownership is a system built on debt, speculation, and control. But decentralization offers a way to make housing fair, accessible, and sustainable. But here's the big question: if housing can be decentralized, what about energy? Can we apply the same principles to electricity, water, and infrastructure? In our next episode, we'll explore how decentralized energy can power entire communities. Want to join us? Let's go!